was super lucky to have her. Then I felt so lucky facing her on court, and I'm just so blessed to have that opportunity. There's a practice court in Mallorca that doesn't care about rankings, trophies, or press conferences. It only cares about the ball. And on May 2nd, something happened at the Rafa Nadal Academy that the tennis world is still trying to understand. On one side of the net stood a 6-time Grand Slam champion. On the other stood a 20-year-old from the Philippines, ranked 44th in the world. By all accounts from that session, Alex Eala wasn't just competing. She was holding her own, even thriving in moments that shocked observers. But this story didn't begin in Mallorca. It started in Dubai on February 17th, when Eala faced Jasmine Parolini in the round of 32. Parolini, a top 10 player and defending finalist, entered as the clear favorite. What followed, however, was not a close contest but a statement. Eala dominated 6-2, 6-1, breaking serve early and controlling the match from start to finish. It became her third career win over a top 10 opponent and her first major breakthrough of the 2026 season. After the match, Parolini publicly called Eala huge for women's tennis and praised the importance of global talent in the sport. While it sounded like praise, it also felt like acknowledgement, an acceptance that what had just happened was real, not accidental. In Madrid, the momentum continued to be tested. Eala suffered a heavy straight sets loss to Elise Mertens, winning just 3 games in a first-round exit. Shortly after, Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova, an experienced clay court specialist and former French Open finalist, defeated her and later described Eala's game as consistent and well-suited to clay. That comment carried weight, not as courtesy, but as a warning to the rest of the tour. This player translates to clay. Now all attention shifts to Rome and the Foro Italico. Parolini enters as the defending champion, having ended a 38-year Italian drought by winning the title last year. It was a historic moment that made her a national hero. But this year, she returns as the 9th seed, a sign that her season has not matched the heights of her breakthrough. That shift in status reflects pressure, expectation, and the difficulty of sustaining success at the highest level. At the same time, Eala finds herself in the opposite position. With no major points to defend in Rome, every win is pure gain. Her path is free from pressure but filled with opportunity. A deep run could push her back into seeded territory ahead of Roland Garros, making every match in Rome significant not just for the tournament, but for the rest of her season. The contrast between the two players is stark. Parolini carries the burden of defending a historic title on home soil, while Eala arrives with momentum built from training at Mallorca's Rafa Nadal Academy and confidence drawn from recent breakthroughs. Even in defeat, she has continued to draw attention, with fans and analysts noting her rapid rise and growing composure under pressure. Off the court, her popularity continues to grow globally, particularly among the Filipino community, which has shown strong support across tournaments. That support is visible in venues around the world, turning matches into cultural moments rather than just sporting contests. Rome, with its large international audience, is expected to reflect that same energy. What makes this moment compelling is the uncertainty surrounding what happens next. Parolini could reclaim dominance and defend her title, reinforcing her status as one of Italy's greatest tennis stories. Or Eala could continue her rise, turning early promise into a defining breakthrough on one of the sport's biggest stages. The draw has not even been released yet, but the narrative is already forming. As Rome approaches, one thing is clear: Eala's trajectory is no longer a surprise to those who have been watching closely. The question is no longer whether she belongs, but how far she can go.